without further ado, I would like to introduce Brigadier General Sandy Best, Chief of Staff of the Minnesota Air National Guard.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for attending the press conference this morning. My name is Brigadier General Sandy Best, and I am the Chief of Staff of the Minnesota Air National Guard. On behalf of Major General Rick Nash, the Adjutant General of the Minnesota National Guard, I'm here today to formally announce that 300 airmen from the Duluth-based 148th Fighter Wing are heading to Osan Air Base, about 40 miles south of Seoul, South Korea. They will leave in waves beginning next week. This particular mission fulfills a request from the United States Pacific Command and the Pacific Air Forces to provide a theater security package to help maintain a deterrent against threats to regional security and stability. The Minnesota Air National Guard has been preparing for this mission for more than a year, and it is not a reaction to any specific action in the region. The activities of these 300 airmen and the 12 F-16 fighter jets reflects a shift in how the Minnesota National Guard, both Air and Army, are being utilized by the service components. We are not being deployed, we are being employed. We are being employed by a combatant command that seeks and values the experience and competence and commitment of Minnesota's citizen airmen. I have confidence in the leadership of this team, and both Major General Nash and I are certain that our efforts will support our state and nation's continued commitment to regional stability and security around the world. At this time, I invite Colonel John Sastrom, the commanding officer of the 148th Fighter Wing, to describe the deploying unit.
Thank you, General Best. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 148th Fighter Wing, home of the Mighty Bulldogs. Our motto here is Legacy of Excellence, and so I'd like to take a moment to describe what that means to this great unit. With more than 1,000 airmen assigned here, the 148th Fighter Wing is the 7th largest employer here in Duluth. Last year, we contributed more than $80 million of economic impact to the area. We maintain a well-trained, well-equipped unit available to answer our state's and nation's call at a moment's notice. That is the essence of this upcoming deployment we are announcing today. Our 148th Fighter Wing team will fly the newest and most capable F-16 in the Air Force fleet, the Block 50 F-16, whose primary mission is to provide SEAD, or suppression of enemy air defense, support for our nation. The 148th Fighter Wing is one of only 2 Air National Guard wings tasked with this mission. In the past, our wing has actively supported previous overseas Air Expeditionary Force and Expeditionary Combat support taskings in support of the global war on terror. Our deployments have taken our team to Iraq, Afghanistan, Europe, the Pacific, but this is the first time that our unit has deployed to South Korea. The airmen that will be departing over the next several weeks are well-trained, well-led, well-equipped. We'll be joining and augmenting the Pacific Air Force's 51st Fighter Wing at Osan to ensure that any mission to promote regional security and stability is achieved. To describe this mission and more about the deploying unit, at this time I'd like to welcome the deploying commander to the podium, Lieutenant Colonel Kurt Grayson.
Good morning. My name is Lieutenant Colonel Kurt Grayson. I'm the 179th Fighter Squadron Commander and the 148th Deployment Commander. For the next 4 months, it will be my honor to lead the men and women of the 148th Fighter Wing well deployed to Osan Air Base in the Republic of Korea. While deployed, we will continue normal day-to-day operations both in Osan and here at the 148th. By training in Osan, it allows us to be in the Pacific Theater and respond to any threat with limited time and distance. This deployment will also be a valuable training opportunities for not only our pilots and our maintainers, but will further develop relationships with our international partners in the Pacific Air Force Command. Throughout the past year, we have been preparing for this deployment by participating in local and national training exercises like Century Savannah, Northern Lightning, and Red Flag Alaska. While in Alaska, we were able to train with the Republic of Korea Air Force. We are prepared and ready to partner with our international allies as we have done in the past. We will go, we'll get the job done, and we will return home safely. On behalf of all of the deployers, I would like to thank the leaders of the 148th, the leaders of our Joint Force Headquarters St. Paul, community and state leaders, employers, and most importantly, our families for their continued support to accomplish this theater security mission. I think since 2004, the Air Force has been going on a rotational basis to the Pacific. So we're there just as a presence rather than setting up a whole other base there and infrastructure. They'll rotate different units in and out just to have the ability, if need be, in a contingency operation, to be a quick reaction type force. This is actually an activation for us, so it's a little bit different than we've done in the past, where it was an actual involuntary activation. But here at the 148th, most of the people are signed up, and we get more volunteers than we can actually take. So, yeah. So I guess it would be a little bit of a waiting list.
The Jets